I think that it's better to never ask why. Where there is a fire, there is gonna be a flame. Where there is a flame, someone's bound to get burned. But just because it burns doesn't mean you're gonna die. You gotta get up and try, try, try. Gotta get up and try, try, try. Gotta get up and try, try, try.
My next guest is known for his creativity, his passion in creating such artistic tattoos that people crave. Welcome, Craig Smith.
Live. Here I am. You craving me. I can see it or hear it.
You hear it in the air, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Well,
Saliva is dripping from their lips, dying to know what I have to say.
exactly.
You never know.
What inspired you to start your career of tattoos?
I didn't want to work for anybody. I didn't like authority and the freedom of tattooing. For me, there is some authority, but it's you know, it's not as severe as a regular job, which I had at one point. I've been tattooing for 25 years, January 20th, and I would never do anything else unless I hit the lottery.
Right. Oh, wow. 25 years. That's a long time.
I'm an old man.
Wow.
Mentally 16, physically like 140, trapped in a 52-year-old movie star's body.
So what? You started off with just like the graffiti type thing, and then that just led you into tattooing?
No, what happened in biology class in senior year of high school was like we were using a Bunsen burner. Like I burnt this kid with the prongs that you're supposed to do with pick the tube up with, and I enjoyed that. So then, yeah. But I've always drawn though. Just I loved to draw as a kid. So, I went to art school for a year, which was kind of it was okay, but it was just introduction to stuff. Very basic.
Right. Okay, well, you know what is it about tattoos that make people addictive?
It's like a potato chip. When's the last time you've eaten one?
You know what? I can't.
Once you cross it, over. The thing about tattooed people and untattooed people is they're usually way cooler and can kick your ass.
So if you have a tattoo, you can beat somebody up, basically.
It's been my experience, yes.
So I think everybody gonna go out and get a tattoo.
I think it's the thing now. Back in the day, it was more male clients when I started than females, but that flipped. And now it's almost like more females sometimes. Because it's become more mainstream.
Right. But you know what? That is like stereotype, because if you see someone with a tattoo, you're a little bit more like afraid of them because, wow, they got a tattoo. You better leave them
people
alone.
with that mentality are dying from COVID, so it's getting better.
Well, have you ever had an addiction to something other than tattoos?
Yes. Would you like me to elaborate?
Yes, please.
Sex. Drugs.
Money,
rock and roll.
power, and sex, huh?
Well, yeah, I'm trying to be a little bit funny, but yes, I've been addicted to things all my life, and sometimes they're not good for you.
Right.
But everything in moderation. That's what my father told me as he handed a plate of cocaine to me at age 15.
Right. Wow. Mm-hmm.
That's the truth, the raw truth. And
Right.
sometimes the truth is ugly, but
Right.
it's, I hope somebody could get something out of this in the end. That you make bad decisions,
Yeah.
and it gets old,
Right.
and being in the tattoo industry, it's not always like the tattoo shops 21 of them actually that I've worked in. Sometimes that's a little bit rougher side of town, so to speak. So drugs and stuff are around that, our industry, I guess you could say.
Right.
There's a lot of bikers, gangsters, thugs, and drunken sailors I've come across,
Right.
Wild women.
Right.
Yeah. So it's, you're exposed to that, and if you're vulnerable, if you're working a lot of hours, sometimes, addictions, something to keep you up might be something that you choose, or something to take the pain away, or
right.
drown your sorrows in alcohol. I mean, I've done every drug once and most drugs twice, every way that you can do it. So, I'm not a stranger to all that insanity.
Right.
But it's better, on the other side. Like I put the plug in the jug on the 29th of December, and it's, I don't know, I'm kind of bored, but it's going okay.
Okay. Well, like I said, we have people. I interviewed a young lady on my podcast, Renee Thomas, and she had been on crack cocaine for a longer time, and she is clean now. And like she said, I'm not afraid to talk about it. And at the end of the line, she's clean. She's so, drug free. She's living a good life. She's in a relationship. She's happy, so she has a testimony. So, ooh.
That's some powerful stuff that we're getting into. And I believe, through the grace of God, sometimes you come to your senses. And, I do believe in a higher power. I choose to call it God.
Yeah.
But God could be your cat. And, if you're drunk and can't feed your cat, maybe it's time to stop drinking.
Yeah, absolutely.
So,
absolutely.
Everybody, you make choices in life. And people, sometimes make bad choices.
Yeah, absolutely.
You learn from your mistakes. You stick your hand in the fire and get burnt enough, you might not want to do that anymore.
Absolutely. It's what you take
because you
out
can't
of it.
really get somebody sober, even though, I've been on both sides where, suffering with a person that's suffering from something. Mm-hmm. And I've lost so many people along the way being 52. Mm-hmm. Most of my friends are gone,
Yeah.
Overdoses and whatnot. It's a sad thing. We don't have to dwell on that, but yeah, the addiction side of things, it's a tough subject.
Yes, and it's real.
But sober or high or drunk, I definitely think sober is the best way.
Absolutely.
Enjoy the realness of life instead of being masked under the influence of something.
Oh, absolutely. So, moving on, what are some other goals you would like to add to your bucket list?
I would like to do like a YouTube video thing where I'm on a motorhome going to tattoo other YouTubers and just go across the country and I'd like to maybe wind up in Nevada and jump the Grand Canyon along the way, something like that, to that effect, something epic. Bucket list is pretty checked though. I saw the Oscar Mayer Wiener hot dog car, and that was like one of my biggest things that I needed to do in life. So that's done, but I don't know, if I could do like a comedy porn kind of movie, or like a superhero one, that would be kind of cool too. That's still on the list.
Okay.
I've done a lot of stuff and I've traveled a lot, so I'm kind of good with that. I mean, being like a dad to a foster kitten, that might be cool again.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And you know what? When I first met you,
yes.
You talk proudly about your family. What are they like and their professions?
So I grew up in a dysfunctional neighborhood. I grew up in Boston. Forget about the family. That was just insanity. But so I had a lot of freedom and a lot of but I have close ties to my family. I love them very dearly. My parents are still alive, and I have two sisters that I'm closer to my oldest sister. I have a middle sister, and I'm tight with her, but family's everything, you know what I mean? Because there's not a lot of people, as I think any of your listeners would know, that you can really trust and love. Families, who you make of it, traveling so much and being in so many different places, you really, you got to make friends quick and people that you can trust. And sometimes I've been fooled, but along the way, I've met some really good people, and I think I suffer from like separation anxiety, which is something I'm going through right now. A buddy of mine is thinking about leaving the shop, and I spend more time with him than most, anybody else in my life. So it gets me a little nervous,
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
My dad left when I was 4, so I have, that whole bullshit with like, trying to, I don't know, separation anxiety. I suffer from that.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
Bipolar disorder I was diagnosed with at 27, which I think is bullshit. They just wanted to put me on meds. But maybe I have that. I don't know. I don't question it anymore. I just roll with it.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Wow.
Family is everything, though. In family, they don't even have to be family. You know what I mean? People, like if you're in a jail cell, you get 5,000 people on Facebook as friends, but do you have somebody you can call,
Yeah, especially someone you're close to and someone you grew a bond with and a relationship, a close friendship with, and whether that person moves away from the block, the neighborhood, or move on with their careers or another job or just, whatever. It does have an effect on you. It does because of the relationship. It really does, because you grew a bond, and to find someone like that again is hard.
Yeah.
It is. It's like, gosh, I got to shop for another
What does your family
drink.
do for work? My family's, we're all artists. I'm just curious. If I may jump right at you, what does your family do for work?
Well, I work for Last Parking. I'm into customer service, and I started doing my podcast. I had gotten laid. Well, prior to me working for Last, I was working for a company called CareCentrics. When I got laid off last year in February, I did not cry about it. I said, this is my opportunity to figure out what I really wanted to do. And due to COVID, that's when COVID had really came out and a lot of companies were shutting down. And I said, I'm going to take this opportunity to figure out what I want to do. My son, he's still in high school. My baby son, he's still in high school. This is last year. He does all my music. He's a producer. He plays basketball, and he works at Jersey Mike's. Hey.
Awesome. You done well, Ma.
So, and he got a nice track for you. Oh my God. I said, I need that track right there. I need that track for my Craig Smith. So,
I love it.
So you're gonna love the track I put together for your episode. My husband, he's a shuttle driver. So he works for ProPark. So we all, Madison, she's in the Navy. She's an airman.
Awesome, I love that.
Yeah. So, we all got our little professions going on here.
And you keep it together because you're tight-knit and you communicate.
Yeah.
And if there's an issue, you address it. That's the way.
That's the way to do it.
Procrastination is a killer. So.
Yeah, that's the way. That's the way you have to do it.
You gotta hustle. I mean, no matter what, and if you don't like it, hustle your butt off until you find something you do like.
Yeah, and I enjoy doing my podcast. because like I said, I took advantage of me being laid off, and I, was working for Last part-time, which gave me the opportunity to really focus on just the education part of just learning about podcasts and buying all my equipment and getting my podcast office / room together. And let me tell you, it's a good feeling. It's a good feeling. And even though in the beginning, of course, you're always going to start from the people in your home, but like I always tell people, and even though I heard it myself from other people who started their own business, you're going to get a lot of no's before you start to get some yeses. And even though I got people who said no, I don't want to be on the podcast, no thank you, no thank you, I got a lot of yes too. So I think those who have participated on being on my podcast and who have supported me and who will continue to support me. And let me tell you, my mind is always thinking and growing, and as long as God continues to give me the ability to think and grow, I'm going to continue on building up my podcast and making it better, baby.
That's awesome. Thank you for sharing that. Yeah, I don't know if your listeners knew that about you, but I need a little bit of a background on you because, I knew I was friends with you as soon as I met you. You got that energy. And that's what, there's people like that in the world, and then there's mean, evil people, and you just avoid those people.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
I was just talking about that before I jumped on with you,
Yes.
Because I knew their energy is not good. And I'm pretty good with that because I deal with so many people. I'm very intimate with them.
Yeah.
So I pick up on body language and vibes and whatever you want to call it. I don't know. Intuition on a person,
Yes, because
I read people well. I'm thankful for that. But there are vampires out there that will suck you dry.
Your blood is straight out.
Be careful of them, everybody.
You'll be walking around here looking like a corpse.
Yeah. I've worn a garlic necklace before.
Oh my goodness. At this point of your life, do you think you've reached your level of success?
Oh, no. I haven't even started yet. The world has no idea what kind of shit I got in store for it. I'm about to blow up. Yeah.
Oh my God. It's just waiting to come out.
I like the term, still water. What happens with still water? It just sits there, it festers, and it breathes. You keep it moving, you know what I'm saying? Keep working towards what makes you happy.
Yeah.
Which sometimes it's just, a good buddy of mine says it a lot. Your happiness is more important than mine. He told me that about his girlfriend, right? As soon as I met him one time. So I think the people that matter most to you, even go out of your way a little bit, whether it be a tip to somebody or hold the door. I mean, that type of thing. It's just, it's your personality. So you associate, if your circle's small, keep it small. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Start slow, but trust is a huge thing because people, there's a lot of bad people.
Yeah.
That don't know the Lord. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely.
It's what it really comes down to. And if then there's just people that don't know, but they're good people. It's not because of that, but I think it's just easier with him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If you have some kind of relationship.
Yeah.
To get through the tough stuff. Because when I don't know what to do for someone, I turn to my higher power and I pray for them.
Absolutely. That's one of the
do.
best things you can do.
Exactly, right? We're on the same page with that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. I don't preach, and I don't want your listeners to be like, the ones that aren't religious. I'm not preaching religion. I just, whatever works for me, you know what I mean? I don't go to
Absolutely.
church. I have a relationship that I don't know. I like to be good to people. I try to anyway. Leave them laughing, I guess, right?
Yeah, you have to. You'll live longer.
I agree.
You'll live a lot longer. Keep smiling. You'll live a lot longer. Well, you know what? It was a pleasure. It was a pleasure having you on my podcast. It was
Absolutely. I loved doing this. I hope that, if somebody has to get something from what I said, just don't ever give up. Like you said, people are going to put you down, with the podcast. Oh, they're not going to listen, or, people are going to say, oh, it's not going to work and hold you back. But you keep trying until you get where you need to be.
You have to be persistent.
Exactly. Never give up.
Exactly. You never give up. Never give up. Any athlete, any artist, any musician, any whoever, they'll tell you how many times they had to fail before they succeeded.
Henry Ford failed I think it was a dozen times before he became Henry Ford,
Yeah. So what you fail at, you learn from. Like what you was talking about earlier, you have to learn from your failures, and that what makes you stronger, and that what makes you develop more. And it really what educate you to make you better in your craft.
Exactly. What doesn't kill you only makes you stronger.
Absolutely. Alrighty, my friend. Well, I thank you for being on the 90-Day Podcast Show with me, Kristen Renee.
And Craig Smith. Yeah.
And Craig Smith. The tattoo artist.
You're the bomb. Keep doing what you're doing.
Okay, my pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you
Mr.
again
Craig Smith.
for having me. Love y'all.
Sauce. Okay. Bye-bye, my friend.
Take care.
Okay, bye-bye.
Try, gotta get up and try. You gotta get up and try. Gotta get up and try.